Hi, and welcome to the Wednesday Word. There's a story about a boy. He was sitting on a park bench with one hand resting on an open Bible. He was loudly exclaiming his praise to God. Hallelujah, hallelujah, God is great, he yelled, not caring whether anyone heard him or not. Shortly after, along came a man who had recently completed some studies at a local university. Feeling himself very enlightened in the ways of truth and very eager to show this enlightenment, he asked the boy about the source of his joy. "Why," asked the boy in return with a bright smile, "don't you have any idea what God is able to do? I just read that God opened up the waves of the Red Sea and let the whole nation of Israel right through the middle." The enlightened man laughed lightly, sat down next to the boy, and began to try to open his eyes to the reality of the miracles of the Bible. That can be very easily explained. Modern scholars have shown that the Red Sea in that area was only 10 inches deep at that time. It was no problem for the Israelites to wade across. The boy was stumped. His eyes wandered from the man back to the Bible lying open in his lap. The man, content that he had enlightened a poor, naive young person to the finer points of scientific insight, turned to leave. Scarcely had he taken 2 steps when the boy began to rejoice and praise louder than before. The man turned to ask the reason for this resumed jubilation. "Wow!" exclaimed the boy happily. "God is greater than I thought. Not only did he lead the whole nation of Israel through the Red Sea, he topped it off by drowning the whole Egyptian army in 10 inches of water." He had a good point there, didn't he? The boy was right. God is greater. God is greater than we can ever imagine, more than we know, more than we can comprehend. And isn't that a wonderful thing? That we serve a God who exceeds any expectations we can even think of. And yet, the best part is that our God is there for each one of us whenever we need him. Maybe it's time we raise our voices with praise and say, "Hallelujah, hallelujah, God is great." Have a blessed week.